Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We have just unboxed the brand new No.1 D6 Android standalone smartwatch phone running Android 5.1 on a quad-core 1.3 GHz MTK6580 CPU with a 320 by 320 screen resolution and 8 GB of onboard ROM and a gigabyte of RAM. Nice watch. Absolutely nice watch. We're going to turn it on in a moment. First of all, I want to turn it all around, find where the charging cable is, go to the corner just above it, and pop my finger in there to loosen the back so we can see inside what we've got. We have, of course, now you can see the laser diodes for the heart rate monitor and the charging pins, which couple to the back. You see there's another set of pins. That's a bit different than some of the other ones that have just a hole right here, and the pins are visible through the hole. So you've got an extender in the back cover. When we lift up the battery, here's the information on the watch. What's it say? Got the voltage. And here it is in Chinese. It is soldered in. No, it's not. No, it's not. You can disconnect it. That's really important in case something goes wrong with your watch and you need to, for some reason, unhook the battery. If it gets recycling or doing something strange and you need to, just disconnect the battery and put it back in again. Or you want to buy replacement batteries to last throughout the day. It looks like we can pop that out. You know, when we do the full review, we'll get into that. We'll show how to do all of that. This is just the first look. But anyway, it's possible to do all that. There is the nanoSIM card slot. You just drop in your nanoSIM if you're in an area that supports the communication frequencies that this watch will support. Pop the battery back in and pop the back on. No screws, no hassles, simple as that. I got fingerprints all over it. Sorry, folks. You ready to go? Let's do it. We are booting up, for the first time, the Android-based No.1 D6 smartwatch phone. This is going back to the rectangular style of watches. We've had a round of round watches. Now we're going to have a square of square ones. As it boots up into the No.1, the DT No.1 logo, and proceeds to load up Android 5.1, we can talk about the fact that on this watch, you have these little markings on the bottom. And these are capacitive buttons, so they're going to be outside the display area, like on your phone, you know, when you have the buttons on the phone, and you have a home and a return, and then probably menu type of a thing. And there we go. We've got the first clock screen up, watch screen that I haven't set the date or time or the timeout or any of that stuff. I press down on it. I go to the left and nothing happens. I go to the right and we can switch into different watch faces. These are the stock watch faces that come with this watch right out of the box. Nice, huh? Square to fit the square watch. Now, what we don't know yet, but what I suspect, having looked at some of these before, this watch may be running similar software that allows us to actually install custom watch faces. If that's true, then not only will you have access to all of these stock watch faces, but you can tap into the developer community of created, and I mean really amazingly created, watch faces and drop whichever ones you like right into the watch. We'll explore that and tell you whether or not that works on this No.1 D6 as soon as we have a chance to check it out. And definitely during a full review, we'll be looking into that in detail. I've seen these watch faces before, which is encouraging to me that we're not alone. We're running similar software in a different hardware platform. And we got the plus button. And when you press that, and you're connected to the network, you access a database of other watch faces that are continually being updated that you can download directly into the watch, and you can install them on your own with no experience whatsoever. Whoops, we just timed out. But no network, so we can't do that. Let's try some of these buttons. There we go. Let's go back. And just land on one, doesn't matter. There we go. All right, so you've seen how that works by pressing and holding. If we slide to the left and we're on a network and we're connected with the software to our phones, we should be able to receive notifications. If we slide to the right, you have a music player. You can do your heart rate and steps with the pedometer and the heart rate monitor. And if you're connected, you can get weather info. And that's it. See them showing up here at the top? Those are all the different windows. If you press and hold on these, they come up, but I don't think you can move them. You press them and they just come back. You're not able to reorient them, resize them, or change them, or delete them. They're just there, okay? So those are your panels of faces that go across. So common things you do are slide left and right. We did a slide down from the top, and notice now you get the battery indicator, so it's sort of like your notifications on the phone. And if you slide up from the bottom, there we go. You're into the apps. Look at this, all of your apps. Now I can go into settings, which is where the first thing I want to do is go into display and change the sleep time to something reasonable, like 30 minutes. You also can go in here and change the brightness level. Pretty dim if you want it dim. Very bright. And you can set the date and time, where you can make it automatic. You can automatically set the time zone or turn that off and set the time zone to fit your area. Choose a date format, all of those typical things. Okay, that's in display, and I just wanted to get that one over right away. If you have an SMS card in there, then you can play around with the settings right here. If you go into sound, you've got volume for media that you can mess with, alarms. I don't know if you can hear that, but it sure sounds loud to me. It's got a good speaker in it. A ringer. And your watch ringtones you can change amongst all the different ringtones that are available to you. Wow. Okay. And your default notifications ringtone. So we have covered sound and display and your Connect. Obviously, you can go in and you can turn on Bluetooth, which it's on right now, and it's named as D6 Android. It'll look around for other Bluetooth devices, in particular your phone, and I'm pretty sure if your phone and your carrier support Bluetooth tethering, and I mean Wi-Fi hotspot kind of tethering, but you're doing it with Bluetooth instead, that you can actually connect to the internet over Bluetooth through your phone. And that way, you're able to do all sorts of fun things and not tie up your Wi-Fi connection to your phone. If you think it through, it makes sense. And it's something you can do when you're out and about and just be Bluetooth tethered to your phone. And your phone connected to the network over, 4G, you know? And so you're getting kind of 4G connectivity from your watch through your phone to surf the internet right on your watch. Another way of tethering. It's different than the tethering for just receiving notifications or that somebody's made a phone call to you and that kind of tethering. This is real tethering, the kind that's just juicy. All right. I'm sorry. I'm excited about all this. You got your Wi-Fi connection, airplane mode. You can set this watch up as a Wi-Fi hotspot. Now that would mean you'd need to have a SIM card and you'd need to be on a good 3G connection in your country. But you could make this on your arm a hotspot so that you could tether, for example, your tablet or another old phone that you don't have a SIM card in. And it would connect through your watch onto the internet. Like I was just talking about letting your watch connect by Bluetooth through your phone onto the internet. It's all there. Your GPS that you can turn it on and get your location. So that means in these watch bands probably are antennas. I mean, they almost look like they're removable, but they're a little tight in there, and my guess is that the antennas for GPS and cellular and Wi-Fi are all built into the band. You can kind of see that right there. You see it shining through? Those are antennas. So you're not going to be able to replace the bands, but you are going to be able to get GPS. I'm going to turn it off for right now, though, just to save battery. Virtual private network. If you're worried about security, you can VPN your watch so it's not obvious where you're coming in from on the internet. If you know about VPN, that's all familiar. That's Connect. Messaging is basically your text and multimedia messages. If you have a SIM card, this is not SMSing through your phone. The tethering, and I'm guessing on this, it's a first look, but if it's like all the others, the tethering is kind of weak on that. You may be able to receive notifications. You might be able to receive SMS messages. You may not be able to read them, and you won't be able to reply to them. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry, but if this is typical of most of the other Android standalone watches, you won't be able to do much in tethering to your phone like you think you would if you got one of those tethering watches. This is really meant, as you can see, a whole settings setup for a standalone watch, and that means it's got its own SIM card. Same thing for call. The call area, excuse me. The call area has to do with all about these different things that you'd have related to your SIM card. They're all grayed out because I don't have a SIM card in here. It's not tethering calls. Okay, power savings as we move through here. You can turn on the power savings, open flip bright screen, and off screen automatically. If you check that, then when the watch is off and you rotate your arm, it will flash on for a few seconds and then automatically go off. The power savings, when you activate that, as you can see, it's going to shut down things like your Wi-Fi and mobile data and Bluetooth and GPS. So if you're just going out with the watch and you're just using it as a watch and you don't need to or want to be connected to anything, for goodness sakes, turn off all of those transmitters and just do it by hitting the power savings and saying okay. Now it's shutting down all of that. I'm not on any of it because I just took it out of the box, so fine with me to be in power savings mode. Alrighty, what else have we got? Look at the battery. The battery came in pretty weak. It's got the screen is the most vivacious, carnivorous, active user of energy, and that will always be. So it's smart to keep your screen dim as much as possible. I'm already getting Facebook wanting to know everything about me, and I don't even know anything about me. The phone doesn't know anything about me, but apparently Facebook is not only already installed, but it's actively using the battery out of the watch. Interesting. There's a weather, call standby, phone, all of that kind of stuff. And I just basically turned it on. But look at that. Most of the energy is going to the screen. So if you can live with a dimmer screen, by all means, keep your screen dim. Later in another video, or if you want to look at some of the other ones that we've already done on the round watches, I show you slick ways to keep the screen dim. You can put in a little slider app called Display Brightness on the side and move it up and down without opening anything, right from your clock screen, and dim your brightness down to the lowest you need to be able to see the watch. If you want to get longer battery life, that's the number one thing to do, dim your screen, okay? Okay. That's battery. Uninstalled applications. We do not have any new ones that are installed. The ones that come pre-installed, of course, you're not going to be able to delete. But if you install apps from the Google Play Store, you can uninstall them right there. Privacy lock allows you, with unknown sources checked, to be able to install applications from places other than the Google Play Store. And if you want to, you can put a PIN as your screen lock. So turning on your watch, you're going to have to do a password just to get in. Kind of strange, but hey, if you've got personal private data in there that you don't want somebody ripping your watch off your arm and taking, you may want to put a pass lock on it. I'm so used to swiping down to go back that I forget I've got these buttons right down here, and I could use these buttons to do the same thing. The swipe down is the same as going back. This is going all the way home, okay? And this, what does that do? It brings up a Manage Apps and Systems setting. I have not seen that before. That's something new. Well, we were in System Settings, so let's go there. Cool! It took us right back where we were. Language and input. Language is English, but I bet you there's a few others. Here we go. These are the installed languages in the current version of the No.1 D6 watch. Wow. Wow. You guys reading all these? Okay. If you see something that looks familiar, like it's your language, then you can rest assured you will be able to use this watch. Whee! Come on, scroll back. Well, we know we're set already on English, so I can just hit the back button. You can update the keyboard. It's got the Android keyboard running right now, and it most likely has the Pinyin Mi, which is the Chinese English kind of keyboard, and it should have voice recognition in there as well. And there they all are. Resetting the equipment allows you to reset the DRM. It deletes all the DRM licenses. I'm not sure what all that is. I don't know that you need to worry about it unless you're going to sell your watch. And then there's the factory data reset that will reset all the data from your phone's internal storage. Now, that doesn't mean your external storage where you put your music or your pictures or other things. That won't get wiped out when you do a factory data reset, just the interior stuff. If you're logged into Google and all of that stuff, it will clear all that out as well. Hit the reset phone and it's going to go through a whole process of resetting things for you. That's the factory data reset. And finally, about. A lot of people wait for this because this is where you see the status of your phone that we are running on a D6. The phone number, battery level, SIM status, IMEI number and information, all the important things you need there. There's my serial number. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's like the engineering prototype, the very first one, serial 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. Check yours when you get it. Hopefully you have a different serial number, right? But this is like, wow, man. I'm happy. This is first one. Again, this is a good one for the Smithsonian 100 years from now. Who knows? Gonna have to update my will and put it there. Your MAC address, all that kind of stuff is there. Come on, start using that. There we go. I got to get in this whole new habit. It's the D6. It's running Android 5.1, the security patch information, the baseband version, the kernel version, and the build number with a custom build number. Now take a look at those because those will be the things you're going to want to keep track of as they update the firmware, and you can check when you get yours to see if it's at least this or better, and if necessary, do firmware updates. Yes, we have videos on how to update your firmware. It's called flashing, how to flash your firmware. Hopefully you won't have to do that. Maybe, if you're lucky, it'll be pushed to you automatically, and that happens in wireless update. You get yourself connected to the internet first. It's kind of hard to read because it's a little too bright, and I don't have that brightness setting thing. Anyway, it's all in Chinese, most of it right now anyway, but there's a download update for any of the firmware that needs to be installed. So get connected to the internet, go in here to the About, check the wireless update, and see if it can be updated right off of the internet. That's the best way to do it. Wow, I think that covers just about everything related to the system, right? So let's go back. Let's walk through the apps that we have installed. I'm so used to the round ones where you just press and go in, but the square ones running Android 5.1, you swipe up. We've got phone. We took a look at that. That's basically your phone number, and you slide it over and information about your calls. SMS for your text messaging. And I don't know, guess that's it. You can create a new one. Again, if you have a SIM card installed, and your contacts alphabetically will be listed in here. Settings we just went into. The watch helper is the app and the information you're going to need to tether to your phone. By this tethering, I mean the kind of tethering where you'll get information from notifications, vibrating when messages arrive, sound, screen turning on automatically. These are all shaded right now. I can't do anything with them because I haven't downloaded the mobile app and installed it on my phone and linked the two together on Bluetooth. But if you do all that, the tethering capability is accessible right here in Watch Helper. Oh, yay, the Play Store, the Google Play Store, which of course I can't get into because I don't have it on the internet yet. But we will definitely be spending a lot of time there. Just because it seems to be so washed out, because it's such a bright little watch here. I'm going to turn the brightness down. It'll be easier to see these apps. That was Play Store. We have a built-in browser. We have a calendar. No need go in those because, without being on the internet, it's a little exercise in futility. You can set the days of the week and the times that you want alarms to go off in the alarm section. You have your own email client in this watch. Nice. A browser, an email. And you can set this all up to receive your email. A gallery where you'd store your pictures. And music where you'd play the music that you have installed in your watch. A sound recorder. Hello, everybody. You can go to youtube.com/smartwatchtics to view all the videos we have on this channel. Let's see what it sounds like.
Hello, everybody. You can go to youtube.com/smartwatchtics to view all the videos we have on this channel.
Really bright, really loud. I'm impressed. This is a good watch. A calculator, basic. And downloads. If you download anything, they should show up here. There it is. Facebook. And of course, it's going to go bananas right now trying to connect and link up and do all that stuff. But here is a Facebook client designed for and installed in this No.1 D6 watch. Not on the network, not getting anywhere, but there it is. File Manager lets you go through and check everything. Now notice this, our storage is 5 gigabytes out of a total of 8 gigabytes space. The reason it's 5 and 3 gigabytes is taken up by all the stuff you need, like the Android 5.1 and the overlay of their launcher and support apps for doing phone and MSSing and all that other stuff. So you still have 5 gigabytes, which is quite a bit of space for a little watch to work with. The pedometer, and you can set up timing on it. It's a basic pedometer. You have a Twitter client too, and a weather when it's online, and you enable the location services and turn that on, which activates the GPS, which is going to eat power. See, it said power savings mode is activated, and Google, of course, is going to want your location history. All of that stuff's going to happen, but that gets you into weather. The best thing, of course, is to get on the internet, and then you'll be able to go wild from there. Sound recorder. Oh, I missed YouTube. Look at that. We've got, that's where I was, right? Gallery, sound recorder. Anyway, there's YouTube on here too, a YouTube client, and Google Maps built in. There's the calculator, downloads Facebook. Yeah, we were way down here. The barometer is kind of tied in with the weather. You have the WhatsApp client. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can use that without the SIM card and its own phone number. You guys tell me, okay, when you get your D6 and you play with it, in the comments down below, please leave a comment if you're able to use WhatsApp and any of the others, but in particular WhatsApp. Can you use that without having to have a SIM card in here? I'd like to know that. And then your heart rate monitor. Okay? So you see the little thing down here in the corner? If I touch that, That shows all the apps that I have been running so far. You're familiar with that on a phone. I can close any one of them by swiping, or I can close them all by hitting that button down there. Boom. And now they're all closed out of internal memory. All right, we have showed you how to do these 4 panels by swiping. We have showed you how to change your clock face by pressing and holding and moving it one way or another to pick another one. We have showed you that swiping up gets you a sticky finger and eventually into all of your apps. Okay? But you don't know what happens when you press this. A light press turns it on wherever you happen to be. Okay? Remember, we fixed it so that it should rotate and turn on for a few seconds and then turn off. And if you press and hold, nothing happens if it was off. But if it's on and you press and hold, you get the option of shutting down, rebooting, going into airport mode, turning on and off Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or mobile. All of those are available to you. We're done. Thanks for watching. We'll shut down.